So now we are going to start our sessions on the topic of operators. So we have, now you're familiar with the print functions, you're familiar with the input functions, and I have discussed a few functions which is the important type conversion functions. So you're and data types we have discussed the variables. So now overall you are familiar with the basics of your Python. So now to further write your programs. For me to write my programs in Python, another important topic what I should be knowing is the concept of my operators. So in Python, first let us find out what are the different types of operators that is there. The first one is an assignment operator. First one is an assignment operator. So as the name suggests, it is used for assigning the values. So I want to assign some values to a variable, or I want to assign an expression's result to a variable. So for all those purpose, I will be making use of the assignment operator, which is nothing but my equal to. So what is my assignment operator? My assignment operator is nothing but the equal to operator what I am having. Done. Okay, you already are familiar with how to make use of the assignment operator because that is what we have been doing so far in all of our program. So, sorry. Yes, so what we do in that, we are using it to assign some values like this. Okay, and we are using the assignment operator also to expressions. So, I am saying a plus b. So now this a plus b we call it as an expression. So remember a and b. So in this what are the key points in operators concept? The technical words what we will be using here is in the operator concept is one word we will call it as an operand. Okay, the next word what we say is operator, and the third one what we will be using very often is operation. So these are the three jargons or these are the three words which is very commonly used when we are going to discuss the topic of our operators. So first thing you have to understand what is an operand. Operand is nothing but the variables. Operand is nothing but the variables upon which the operators are applied. Operators are applied. So that is nothing but my operand. So here, which is my operand? A is an operand, B is an operand. So A and B is what I call as an operand here. Because it's nothing but a variable on which my operator is going to be applied. So what is the operator here? The operator is nothing but the symbol. So operator is nothing but a symbol or a word. Okay, so in Python we also have words. We use our normal words also as an operator. So it is a symbol or a word that is used to perform some calculations, some arithmetic calculations or some comparisons like that. We are going to do some sort of work using that operator. So that is nothing but my operator. So here the plus is an operator. The equals to is an operator. So which are the operands here? The operands are A, B and also my C because C is also a variable here. And what are my operators? Plus is an operator, this is an arithmetic operator and equals to is an assignment operator. So this entire thing together, I call it as an expression. I'm going to call it as an expression. So now what is the operation? Operation is nothing but the type of work I am going to perform. So here I am performing an addition operation. After performing the addition operation, I am performing an assignment operation. I am assigning that value to this variable. So first operation, my addition will be performed. Then the result is used to assign to this particular variable. So operation is nothing but the task that I am going to do. Expression is nothing but my operators and my operands together form my expression. Operands are the variables and operators are nothing but by symbols. So these are all the small technical words that we will be using when we are discussing the concept of our operators. Right. So now coming back to our assignment operator, which is nothing but my equal to. So the purpose is either if I want to assign some individual values like this, or if I want to assign an expression like this. So for all these purposes, I will be making use of my I'll be making use of my assignment operator. Okay, now here there is one point what you have to remember is when we are dealing with my assignment operators, I cannot do it like this. If I give anything like this, then it is always an invalid statement. This statement will produce an error for me. So this is not accepted. So always your variables will be coming on the left hand side and the values will be coming on the right hand side. The other way around is not possible. So that is the only important point what you have to remember here. Okay, so here I can even give like this. So I can even say C is equal to A. Like this also. You can assign one variable's value to another variable, which is also possible. Here I'm going to say A plus B plus C and I'm printing the D. So this is a small example for your assignment operator. Right. What is the next operator? The next operator is my arithmetic operator. The next operator what I will be discussing is the arithmetic operator. Okay. So now what are the different arithmetic operators that is supported by my Python? So first thing, let me just, okay, so arithmetic operators. So what are the arithmetic operators I have? Obviously addition, subtraction, multiplication. These three are common. Okay, these three are common. So now other than this, what else I have? Of course, I have the division operator. Of course, I have the modulo operator. So these five operators you can find in all languages. When I am discussing C programming also, arithmetic operators means these five only. When I am talking about Java also, arithmetic operators, these operator. When I am talking C++, same arithmetic operators. When I am talking about .NET C Sharp, same arithmetic operators. So the arithmetic operators, these five operators are the basics. That is not going to change. These five operators are available in all programming languages. So apart from this, what additional arithmetic operators that my Python supports? So remember, Python has something called as a floor division. That is two slash symbols I will be using. This is called as a floor division. And of course, I have the exponent. So I have the exponent, that is power of. So these operators together, so totally arithmetic operators mean in Python, I have 7 arithmetic operators. So I have 7 arithmetic operators. Super. Now let us try to understand these operators. Okay, let us try to understand these operators. Okay. So addition, I am sure, pretty sure I don't have to discuss anything because I guess right from our first standard or second standard we have been doing this only. So we have been learning how to add, how to subtract. So those details I'm not going to discuss. Okay, so addition, subtraction, same operations. Multiplication, again, we are going to do the same thing for the multiplication also. Now, the key points what you have to remember here is with regards, first point is to the division operator. Okay, now remember, whenever I am using the division operator, so I am saying 7 divided by 3. Okay, I'm giving 7 divided by 3. So now see the result of it. Okay, let me add an empty print statement here. So I'll just have a blank line in between. Right. So the first output, this is for my assignment operator, which is 40. That is nothing but 10 plus 20 plus again 10. Because I'm assigning the A value only to C also. So it's going to be only 10. So that is the value. So 40. Okay, this is clear. Now come here. Arithmetic operators. So what are the things I'm going to do here? So the first step, yes. So the first step, it is performing an addition. So 10 plus 20. Okay, fine. Second thing, subtraction. That's also fine. Third one, multiplication. Very good. But see here for the division. So what are the important takeaways here? The division operator always gives the result in form of a floating point value. So this is one very, very important point. So gives the result as a floating point value. So always remember that division operator is going to give you the result in form of a float. Suppose if it is a clean division, then what it is going to do? See here, that also endpoint of a float. So 1.0. You understand? So either it will give you some fractional value is there, the fractional value will come. If the fractional value is not there, then it is going to say zero point 0, but always in form of a float. So that is how your output will be given for the division operator. Okay, that is point number 1. Now go for the next one. Go for the next one. What is the modulo operator going to do? So what is the modulo operator going to do? So remember the modulo operator. Okay, the modulo operator is going to give me the remainder value. Remainder value of the division operation. So always remember this very clearly. So modulo operator is going to give me the remainder value of the division operation. So first it is going to do 7 divided by 3. I will be getting a quotient value. I will be getting a remainder value. So when I use the modulo operator, it is going to give me the remainder. See what it happens. It is giving me the remainder as 1. So 7 divided by 3. So 7 divided by 3, what it is there? 3 twos are 6. So 6, I will be having the remainder as 1. So that is what is given to me here. So remember, that is the purpose of my modulo operator here. Right. Now, for the floor division, what is the floor division going to be doing? See here, I am doing floor division of the same thing. What I used here for the division operator, the same number I am using for the floor division. So when I run this, see what it gives me. Here the result was 2.3333 something, and then last it rounded off to something. But here see the result is only 2. So always remember what is the thing. Whenever I am going to use the floor division, the floor division is always going to give the result in form, okay, in form of an integer. It is always going to give the result in form of an integer. So this is the difference between the division operator and between the floor division operator. Okay, some other points is there. I will discuss that. For now, you just follow these things. So division operator, always the result in a floating point. Remainder operator, it is going to give me the modulo operator is going to give me the remainder value of a division operation. Then when I talk about the floor division, it is going to do the division, but it is going to return me an integer value, all the fractional value. Okay, whatever you have as the fractional value, the fractional value is going to be ignored. It is not going to be considered at all. It is going to be ignored. So that is the advantage here with my floor division. Now, what was the last operator I told you? I told you about the exponent operator. So exponent operator, we call it as to the power of operator. So here you have the last operator. So the exponent operator is nothing but the power of. So what it is going to do? Say I am saying here 2 to the power of 3. So it is going to say 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 twos are 4, 4 twos are 8 is going to be my result in this scenario. See? So 2, if I am saying 2 to the power of 5. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So whatever is that value, it is going to give me that. See? So this is how these basic arithmetic operators will be working for me. So these are all the arithmetic operators that is present with your Python. Superb. Now, what are the important points I was telling you about? Now, just have a look here. I am saying print, okay, 7.0 floor division 3.0. You see the difference between this and this? This is an integer number. 7 divided 7 floor division 3. It is an integer number, whole numbers, no fractional values. What will happen if I give the value like this? What is going to happen if I give the value like this? I said floor division will always give me the result in form of an integer. That is, any fractional value is there, that is going to be ignored. That is not going to be considered at all. But here I am dividing a floating point numbers. Now what is going to happen? Just have a look here. See how it is giving you. Still it is giving me only the main part of it. Fractional values are ignored. But since I have used the concept of a float, it is just giving me zero point 0. Actual division operation, what it is going to happen? This is the actual division result. But since I am using a flow division, always remember it will ignore this fractional values. It will always take only this whole number. And if it is both are integers, then it is going to say only 2. If it is a floating point value, it will say 2.0. But it is going to say only 0. It is not going to give you this fractional value. It will never give this fractional value, because the fractional values are always ignored in your flow division. It gives you the result in form of an integer. Okay. And another important point is it just ignores any fractional values. Any fractional values is there, that is going to be ignored by it. So this is point number 1. The variations what you should be knowing. Now have a look here. I am saying print. Okay. Same thing, but let me change the operator here. I'm using a modulo operator here. So see what is going to happen now. What happens? So another very important takeaway. In other programming languages, modulo operator cannot be applied on a floating point number. I hope you guys know this. Otherwise, please get to know now. Okay. In C, in my Java, those languages, when I apply a modulo operator on a floating point value, it will give me an error. But in Python, it is supported. It is actually supported for me. So another speciality of my modulo operator is that it can be applied on a it can be applied to a floating point data also. So floating point variable. So these are the important points with regards to the arithmetic operators what you should be knowing. So the basic multiplication, addition and subtraction does not have anything. It is the same operation, but the remaining 4 operators you should be having note. You should be knowing all these important points or the important takeaways which is there with these things. Okay. Now for the last one. For the last, which is nothing but your exponent. Okay, so what is the important point? The power of. What is the important point that I should be knowing with regards to the power of? Okay, now have a look here. I am saying print, okay, 5 to the power of 2 to the power of 3. Okay, see the operation how it goes. 5 to the power of 2 to the power of 3. Now, can you tell me what will be the output in this scenario? Can you just message me in the chat box like what will be the output in this case when I'm using 5 to the power of 2 and that result to the power of 3, or how this is going to be treated? Can you just give me an output for this? The simple numbers, guys. I did not use any big numbers also. So can you tell me how this is going to be working for me? Hmm. Very good. Thanks for trying. Others, do you agree with this answer? Or you have some other your own answers? How is it? Okay. So let us run it and let us get it confirmed what I'm getting. See what is the result I'm getting here. Okay. So see here what is the problem. So what is the additional point you have to remember with regards to the power of? How is this value expression going to be evaluated is like this. It will always go whenever you are having the power of operator. Okay, I'm not talking about the other arithmetic operators. I'm talking about the power of operators. The expression will be evaluated from right side to left side. So normal operations from the left hand side. Normally what we will do, from the left hand side we will go to the right hand side. But remember, for the power of operators, it is from the right side to the left side. So first what will happen? 2 to the power of 3. That is the first step it will happen. So 2 to the power of 3 will give me the output as what? 8. So then the second step what is going to happen is that value 8 is going to get substituted here. So first this will get operation will happen. The result of this operation will be substituted in this place. So it is going to be considering it like this. So now 5 to the power of 8. That what is the output you will be getting? This is the same as the number what we are getting here. So please understand, this is the additional point what you have to know with regards to the exponent. With regards to the exponent operator. So always when we are having more than one exponent operator in one particular expression, the evaluation will always happen from the right hand side to the left hand side. So first this operation will occur. The result of this operation will be substituted in this place, based on which the next operation is going to be occurring for us. So these are all the important takeaways or the important points that we have to remember with regards to the arithmetic operators.